Hello and welcome back. This is part 2 of a two-part vlog I was doing about some things that I've been watching and reading. Be sure to go back and take a look at the first video in the series so you can catch up where we left off. Where we left off was with The Shadow, which is a new comic book series currently being done by Dynamite Comics. Has taken over the role of The Shadow, and they're doing a very excellent job of it. The art is excellent, the writing is above par, and is just a great comic book that I would highly recommend. Now, they've done a few things to the traditional milieu, if you know you're a long-time Shadow fan like I am. They have made probably the most significant changes. They've changed the Shadow's powers somewhat. As I was beginning to talk about in the last video, traditionally the Shadow's powers were psionic in nature. He had the power to cloud men's minds and make himself invisible. He had the power of hypnosis and a couple other limited telekinesis type powers that he would have as well, these mental powers. Well, in the new version that Dynamite is doing, his powers appear to be more of a supernatural way instead of a psionic. So he still has his main power of being able to appear, you know, invisible by clouding men's minds. He can still read people's minds just as he did before. But now he has an additional power of the ability to see people's souls and see their past and future. So he has a limited ability to, you know, look at someone and see their past and also see their future and also his future. So he's got a little bit of limited precognition. Also, he's shown this ability to delay the soul's departure, like people who are at death's door. He's able to, you know, interrogate people he's shot, or in a couple of instances prevent them temporarily from dying, those who are going to die. Like in one issue, and this was kind of weird, the pilot of the airplane he was on had gotten shot and was going to die, and he kept the pilot alive so he could fly the plane long enough for him to, you know, get to where they were going and land the plane, and then he let the pilot die. Now, of course, at the time I thought that was kind of weird, because in the Shadow's original backstory, he was a World War I fighter ace who had, you know, crashed in, you know, Central Asia and found the secret temple and whatnot. So I was thinking, well, why does it matter? Just let the guy die and fly the plane yourself because you're a pilot. But apparently they did make a minor change in the backstory where the Shadow is still a World War I veteran, but he was in the infantry instead of being a pilot. I'm not sure what other ways that's going to play back, but that was one thing. The other interesting thing about the Shadow's powers now being sort of supernatural in nature is that there are some others who can resist his power because of their supernatural nature. Or another thing, there was a really good annual that came out, had a really good story where the Shadow is battling a group of evil demonic cultists. They're worshiping some demon, and they've sold their souls to the devil. So he can't read he can't see their mind or their history because they have no soul. So there's nothing for him to see because they've sold their soul. I thought that was really a really well done conceptual idea about a limitation of his power now that it's more supernatural in nature. So we'll see if they develop that or do any additional changes further. Also, the Shadow still has that, limited Jedi, like my, limited mind control. You know, you really don't want a power suggestion type deal that he had before. That's still on as well. Another great series that Dynamite Comics is doing right now that you should be reading and probably hadn't heard of, but it is a great new series entitled Masks. And basically what this is, it is like the Justice League for 30s pulp superheroes. It's this super team, and you've got the Shadow, Green Hornet, the Spider, Zorro, and, you know, I mean, really, that's like the dream team of, like, you know, pulp comic books, you know, all in one comic book. And then in the second issue, they added their basically Catwoman type character. I forgot the character's name, but I mean, look at it. Basically, she's Catwoman. Okay, just deal with it. And they had this other, like, sort of supernatural wizard type guy that they added to the team as well. Very, very well done. Each of the characters is fleshed out. You know, of course, you got the same people doing the Shadow. They've got the Green Hornet and Kato. It's great, wonderful to see them together. They've added Zorro, which I thought was amazing. Now, of course, what they're doing, since this is set like in the 30s, 40s, like the other pulp heroes, this is actually not the original Zorro, but, you know, in this continuity, Zorro is like one of those superheroes that gets passed down from generation to generation. So the guy in the 30s and 40s, Zorro, he's not the original Zorro from back in California, but he's Zorro right now. But anyway, really good. You really should be reading that. Let's see. Other comics that I'm currently reading mainly are DC titles. Batgirl, very good title. She's currently doing a thing there with Joker. That's probably one of the best of the new 52. I've said it before on some of my other videos that Batgirl is the best. Then there is DC Universe Presents. They're currently doing Blue Devil and Black Lightning. DC Universe Presents, if you don't know, is a great comic book where every, like, so many issues, they have little mini arcs with different characters in the DC Universe who don't have their own comic book titles, and it's been really good. They've done a lot of, they're great ones, like Dead Man was the first one that and it was really great, and they've done some other good ones, Challengers of the Unknown. It's sort of hit and miss. Some of them are good, some of them not. Like Vandal Savage was not good, but that's sort of because of what they did with the character. But anyway, right now they're doing Black Lightning and Blue Devil. It's been pretty good on this little mini arc. I do think it's interesting how they've taken Black Lightning and now the electrical bolts that he shoots, you know, out of his hand or whatever are actually black. They're drawn, you know, with black streaks with a little white outline on the other one. So it literally is Black Lightning. Now, I know, DC, I know you're trying to get kind of away from the sort of ethnic component to that superhero's name, but literal Black Lightning, that's sort of cheesy. I really just, you know, it's okay, but I just thought this is kind of a cheesy attempt to get away from that. Okay, so the character is called Black Lightning because he's a black person. So what? Okay, you know, he's a great character. He's been around since the 70s. Everybody loves him. I don't know. It's a minor change, but I just thought it was really funny. The Blue Devil, they're actually doing a pretty good origin story for the Blue Devil in that one. In other comic books, of course, I'm following Justice League, which lately the biggest fun thing has been the reintroduction of Captain Marvel, now known as Shazam, since they're not going to be calling him Captain Marvel anymore. I could do a whole video about that, but I'm not going to get into it right now. Let's see. What else? Then, of course, there's my big, up to this point, so far, disappointment of the new 52 series, and that's been Green Arrow. It's been awful. I've been promised that it's going to get better starting with the next issue. That because of the popularity of the Arrow TV show, they've finally gotten some bigger name, better talent, and they're basically, it's going to be a whole new different crew doing the comic book next month. I certainly hope so, because if it doesn't get better really quick, I am dropping that like a hot potato. They have really messed with his character. Green Arrow is like a jerk. I mean, even more so than he's not even the nice, lovable liberal that he used to be. Now he's like an ass, okay? And it's just awful. And there was one crazy thing that they mentioned in Batgirl. Apparently, this was another side thing in the Batgirl comic, that supposedly him and Catwoman have a thing now. Of course, Catwoman was coy about it to Batgirl, you know, saying that, you know, she didn't talk about that type of stuff. Or how did she put it? As a lady never tells. Really, Catwoman. But, you know, come on, Catwoman and Green Arrow? I don't know. Anyway. Oh, and about the Arrow TV series, I know it's quite popular, and to tell you the truth, I've been wanting to watch it. It's just one of those things that I just haven't gotten around to doing. I started watching one episode, and it was okay. I won't say it was wonderful, but it wasn't horrible. It was just sort of, okay, this is pretty good, you know, for what it is. It's not what I really consider the traditional comic book Green Arrow, but for this, you know, setting, it's passable, you know. I might try to, you know, give it a few more episodes, check it out, you know, see if I'll start watching it, but I don't know, I'm such a old school fan, you know. I like trick arrows and the whole, you know, box thing, and the aeroplane and all sorts of, you know, okay. I guess I'm just showing my age here about Green Arrow, but it is what it is. Well, that's all I've got for today as far as comic talk, and I hope you're going to have a great day, and thank you for watching my videos. I've got a lot more here on the channel. Look around. I've got a lot of different types of ones. You'll probably see something you like, and until then, have a great day.